But I'm getting sick to my stomach having to talk about this stuff every day, crime and chaos in Biden's America. Just this year, in other words, the last 3 weeks, 3 young children have been shot in Atlanta. That includes this adorable 6-month-old baby, Grayson Fleming Gray, who was killed on Monday from a stray bullet. Killed on Monday. Grayson and his mother, Carrie, were parked outside a food market when they got caught in the middle of a drive-by shooting, crossfire. A bullet went through the back of the car, the trunk, and then through baby Grayson. Listen to the harrowing words his mother, Carrie Gray, had to say about that tragic moment.
I still can't get the blood off my hands. Not only have you taken my son away from me, but you have now caused fear in the people that live in this neighborhood.
I could give you more details, but it's just too horrifying a scene to even imagine. There's a detail about the case, though, that is all too familiar. The man accused of killing the child has a long rap sheet, charged with multiple crimes in the past, including many assaults. Allegations again. But remember, we told you about this young woman, Brianna Kupfer? She was killed by a man with a long criminal history. We told you about Michelle Go. She was killed by a homeless man with a history of violence, shoved into a path of a subway train from the platform. Horrible. Time and time again, we hear of criminals getting released back onto the streets despite their pasts. The other day, we had to tell you about the awful news from New York City, where 2 police officers were killed answering a domestic disturbance call. Officers Wilbert Mora and Jason Rivera, 27 and 22, respectively, by all accounts, upstanding citizens, amazing young men, great cops. Their killer, LaShawn McNeil. McNeil was a convicted felon who was on probation at the time of the shooting. And guess what he had in the apartment waiting for the officers when they arrived? Besides the pistol he used that could hold up to 40 rounds, McNeil had an assault rifle hidden under his bed. Now, here's the problem. New York law says McNeil wasn't even allowed to have the guns. But what did the Democrats in charge expect would happen when you let a violent criminal free? They keep committing more crimes. These career criminals need to get locked up again before more innocent people and police officers get hurt or worse. But the liberals in charge don't realize that. They think it's okay to let thugs back into society, letting them get legal guns, illegal guns, all while taking away the one good, responsible thing Americans need to stay protected from these criminals: legal guns.
Gun violence is a huge reason for the surge in crime.
It's a resounding call to action. We have to do more to fight the scourge of illegal guns on our streets.
Unbelievable. Mainstream media, well, I'll tell you there's a gun problem. They'll say it's not the violent criminals who they're releasing from prisons that are causing the problem. Of course, it's the guns. That's what they always said. Right now, more than half of the district attorneys in California are fighting to allow early releases for violent repeat offenders. Think about how backward that is. It's like having a firefighter advocating for more fires. What in the world is going on in California? First, they allowed people to steal up to $950 worth of goods without any punishment. Then they did away with cash bail, letting criminals go free and do more damage. And now they want to let them go just completely free. No wonder Gavin Newsom thinks his LA is a third world country.
I see what you see. I see what you've been covering. I see what everybody's seen and asking myself, what the hell is going on? I mean, look like a third world country.
What I find especially awful about this guy is the fact that he could be so surprised about how bad things are without realizing it's his policies that are causing the problems. And what's Newsom's solution to the crime surge? Pulling a Kamala, taking a photo op instead of addressing the issue. Crime's going up because leaders like Biden and his liberal pack of mayors, prosecutors, and governors are letting the criminals go free. And criminals do what criminals do. They'll find a way to get illegal guns despite the laws, the gun laws that they're trying to push. And if we don't start pumping more money into our police departments and strengthen criminal police reforms, we're going to have problems. Shootings like the one in Atlanta, in which killed a 6-month-old baby, Grayson Fleming Gray, and the one that killed the 2 NYPD police officers, they'll keep happening. And they have been. Around 3:30 this morning, a sheriff's deputy in Milwaukee County, Wisconsin, was shot multiple times, shot in the arms and chest during a traffic stop. We don't know the deputy's identity, but we hear that his injuries, thank God, were not considered life-threatening. The attack on the Milwaukee deputy happened 2 days after a Washington, D.C. police officer was shot and wounded. We need to get these criminals off the street, not legal guns like liberals want. And you want to know how I know we're on the right track? Because even liberals are starting to get sick of the nonsense funneled out by their liberal lawmakers. Look at this. Michael Rappaport, today, comedian, as liberal can be, but then he saw this happen at a Rite Aid, and that was just yesterday. Watch.
Yo, I'm looking at this dude. Yo, this dude is, I can't believe I'm seeing this. This, yo, this guy just filled his 2 bags up with everything in Rite Aid.
Yeah, Rappaport should watch the ballots because we've been talking about this stuff for a year now. On his Instagram, though, Rappaport said that the Rite Aid in the video will be closing next month, get this, because of rampant shoplifting, leaving its workers jobless. However, Rappaport has also previously said that the city's new mayor, Eric Adams, knows what's going on and knows how to deal with crime. Really hope so, but based on this interview with CNN, it sounds like Adams will be just like every other Democrat, coming after your guns, folks.
We have to stop the flow of guns. We are removing thousands of guns off our streets, and it appears as though for every gun we remove from the street, 5 are coming in. That is unacceptable.
Okay, so a man without a gun walked into a Rite Aid, stole a bunch of stuff, and ruined the lives of many. They'll take the guns away, but not the criminal. Eric Adams will be meeting with President Joe Biden next week to discuss the surge in violence in New York. I think it might be best for all of us if Biden would just keep his ideas to himself.